You good? You good? Double check.
Yours good, but yeah, I think we're good, bro.
All right, all right.
I'll get yours, brother.
Thank you. All right, good.
Yeah, I get yours.
Okay. Yeah, but now it's good.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, first and foremost, we want to give all praise to the Most High.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Devil honors the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us the truth. Move well. Shalom to all the brothers and of course the few sisters pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Man, it's a beautiful time to know the things that we know. All these people, they're gonna be in complete panic when shit really hits the fan. All the stuff playing out overseas is gonna affect these people personally, right? But there's only one subset of people who are equipped to deal with it, who's going to have stability at that time. Did you get that there? Yeah. But just looking up the article today, apparently Iran, they got the Strait of Hormuz. That's where all the traffic and the goods. That's very essential to all the nation's economy, international economy. And Iran has shut down the straits, all right, for only 2 countries. They just opened it back up. You know what those 2 countries are? America and Israel. I'm gonna read this real quick by the brother. Well, you read yours real quick.
Yeah. The Isaiah?
Yeah.
God, this is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure."
All right, so we're gonna have what? Stability of mind and spirit, and eventually it's gonna manifest in the physical because of our obedience. Okay? America's about to go through a really tough time. Iran singling out America and Israel right now is the beginning of what? The beast hating the horde. That people are going to start the whole internationally look at America with great disdain. They already look at small hats that way, but everybody is going to start looking at America that way even more so than they already do.
Right.
And we're going to be in the midst of this place when these people start bugging out. But we're going to be the only people with the full armor of God. You understand? I'm going to read this article real quick. Well, it's just I just Googled it, right? It's the AI overview. Wasted a little bit of water for this Google, right? You know, when you Google something with AI, you got to use the water in the warehouses. They have the AI computers.
Oh,
so that's how they keep all the computers cool. Yeah, so Did you know that? They fucking up everything. Anyway, it says as of March 18, 2026, today, it says Iran has not fully opened the Strait of Hormuz to all international traffic. Instead, Iran has established a selective control blockade following the start of the U.S.-Israel-Iran war. And it says closed to enemies. Iranian officials have declared the strait open only to nations that are not deemed enemies, which would be America and Israel. So coming on down the line, that's gonna have some effect, and that's why you got Trump having a plea with his allies saying, "Hey, NATO, you guys don't help us. You know, there's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble." They don't got no dog in this fight, man. But eventually they're gonna be dragged into it. If you go to what is it, Jeremiah 49, talk about the least of the flock shall draw them out. So America's already being drawn into this conflict. Shalom, bro. America's already being drawn into this conflict by the least of the flock, which will be the Amalekites. But eventually the whole world is going to be forced to be drawn into it, man. And really, ultimately, it's because the Lord has ordained that all the nations be drawn to the what? The valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat. The Lord's bringing all the nations to that region of the world, and he's going to put them on trial by way of fire. Okay, you got that?
Jeremiah 49 and 20. "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom."
Edom. So you got to identify who the Edomites are if you really want to get into prophecy. And if you're in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you're going to be into prophecy. Okay? So Edom is a major character when it comes to end time prophecy. So anybody saying that the Edomites are done away with is an idiot. And they're out of touch. You have something you want to say, bro?
No, you got it, bro.
Cool, go ahead.
Come on. Continuing on, Jeremiah 49 and 20. "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom.
And his purpose is that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them.
Yeah, the least of the flock, the Amalekites, the people that are occupying the Holy Land today. You know who's going to be, you know the Edomites are occupying the Holy Land in the end time because you go to Ezekiel 36 and 5. It tells you who's occupying the Holy Land. Somebody get that, just to back up my point. Okay? So these people occupying the Holy Land are going to draw everybody into this world conflict, the third world, like the scriptures talk about. Okay? It should be like 6 verse, 30, Ezekiel 36 and 5 or 6.
Yeah, prophesy. Therefore, the son of Israel.
What you say, bro? Which one you need?
Yeah, I do need it. Yeah. Verse
Okay.
30, Isaiah 36, Ezekiel 36 and 5.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 5. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
Oh, the small hat.
And-
Lord gave us examples. The small hat walking by the subway.
Right.
Go ahead.
The residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea.
Idumea. All right? That's the Greek. Is that the Greek way of saying Edom?
Yeah, Greek way,
It's the Greek way of saying Edom. Now keep going. It's going to tell you something.
Continuing on, says, which have anointed my land into their possession.
They appointed
my bad.
their land into their possession. That's what they've done. Now tell me, when did that stop? When did the Edomites stop possessing the land of? In the end time prophecy, it would be that they will be in that land. When you go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it tells you that they're the end of the age. Okay? So this man is being identified in this end time. And there's some bullshit breakdown going on online. You got these Edomites calling the Amalekites Esau.
Right.
And you know the small hats, they call the West. They call them Esau. But the Americans that are calling the small hats Esau say that, yeah, these guys are Edomites and they come from Cain, which that's stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an
Yeah,
idiot.
no sense.
They get that breakdown from, there was a book, what was it, about Ford, the International Jew. Y'all know that book? It's a book called The International Jew. If you're familiar with it, you know, like a lot of the Chicago brothers be familiar with that book. But in that book, The International Jew, he calls the small hats, he says they're Edomites, but he says they're half Canaanites. You are what your father is. There's not a mixed thing. Okay? These people are Edomites, okay? And they try to do that, the Western Edomites, because they don't want to be bunched in with the Edomites. So they try to find another way to say, well, they're different from us.
Right. Different tribe, same house.
Yeah, man, y'all all Edomites.
Right.
And judgment is pending on all of them. Judgment is pending on all the people that are confederate with you. We'll go into that in Revelation 18. But where are we at?
Ezekiel. Back in Ezekiel chapter 36, in the middle of the verse, it says, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
Yeah, man. They're in the Holy Land, and like it talks about in Isaiah, ruling unjustly, dealing unjustly with the whole world, man. Even their allies, they deal unjustly. Even though the CIA and Mossad work closely together, Mossad is always attempting, for people that, you know, this is from sources, people that are ex-CIA agents. They say Mossad is always tempting to leave spying devices in CIA headquarters.
Right. Yeah.
Like, damn, ain't they supposed to be your partner?
Right.
But you trying to spy on them.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, but I know you want to say something.
No.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
I think there's a guy that went to prison for talking about the illegal shit the CIA was doing.
Right.
His last name is Kirikou. I forget his first name. You know what I'm talking about?
I know. I seen the video, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, his last name is Kirikou. And they interviewed a guy, and they always trying to be like, well, why do you have such a heart on to talk shit about America? He said, they put me in jail.
Yeah.
They do illegal shit. And he just started going on all his little stories, how it was when he was being a CIA officer. You know? But he went to jail for a while for telling the truth about some illegal shit the CIA was doing.
Man.
Ain't that some bullshit?
Man, right.
That's how these people get down.
Right.
And that's why they got to be pulled out of that power seat, pursuing Isaiah 40:71. Now, unless you had something, bro. You had something.
Yeah, but let's look at that Jeremiah. That was it on that Jeremiah, right? That's all you want?
I forgot what we read.
Yeah, at least
Yeah, it's one. I just want the fact that everybody's gonna be pulled into that conflict.
Gotcha.
We We can go to Revelation 18, or we can get Joel 3 to go with it, and then from there we'll just let the Spirit go.
I got some. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I might assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Yeah, man. I mentioned earlier in Joel the 3rd chapter, it's the Lord's desire to bring everybody to the valley of Yehoshua.
Right.
Right? And he's going to put them on trial by way of fire. So this is, all the prophets are saying the same thing in different ways. Okay? So that is the judgment pending on these people. So we know what's going to happen before it happens. All right? Which gives us a calming effect. When you're watching a scary movie and you done seen it 100 times and the jump scare about to happen, do you still jump? No, you know the jump scare is about to happen. The jump scare is like when the monster pop out of nowhere. They play the music to make you try to get everybody in the theater to jump. If you've seen the movie 100 times, you're not going for the jump scare. We have prophecy. So we're not going to be in the fearful spirit of this man when it starts to pop off. We know it's about to happen. And the Lord has given us his grace spirit to prepare ourselves in the mind and the spirit to still stay on the path during that time.
Right.
You got it, bro?
That was it on that. That was it on that.
Oh, okay, cool. We wanted
Revelation.
Revelation 18 and Joel 3. We can go either way.
Okay. Where you want to start at?
Let me see. You can start at 3.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication."
Everybody's been in bed with America to the point to where their economy is fixated on the state America is in. Their philosophy, the way that they think, the way that they deal, is all tied to how America deals. And everybody upholds democracy like it's the way to judge, like it's the way to govern. Okay? When democracy, when you really get to the nitty-gritty of it, is wicked. One, you got a bunch of people who believe in all various kinds of gods and powers voting on judgment. It's not going to line up. And two, when you have democracy and people voting, there's so much room for manipulation to take place. When you have politicians and people that can be paid off, and these, it's too much room for evil to creep in. The way the Lord establishes a government, the way he's going to structure the kingdom of heaven, that's the way a rulership should be. And every nation that had a little chance, they should have been bottling it after that, but they don't. Okay, keep going, bro.
Okay, back in Revelation chapter 18, verse 3, says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her."
Yeah, Psalms 83. The nations were confederate with this whore, all right? So they were accomplices to the crime. And when you're an accomplice to a crime, you got to do the time with the motherfucking main culprit, right?
Right.
But the difference between the nations getting judged and Esau getting judged, he's the one nation who's going to be discontinued from the earth, pursuing the Obadiah 1 and 18.
Right. The Lord allowed this nigga to build up a track record, man. Just like Esau do Jake when it comes to Jake selling dope. You know what I'm saying? In these hoods, Esau sit down the block. This nigga purchase a house and act like somebody live there, but you be watching the house, bro. And just let a nigga just for years and let a nigga build up a case. That's exactly what the Lord been doing with this nigga. You in Revelation 18, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the same chapter that talk about his sins stacked onto heaven.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Right. You see now Esau's sins is gonna be coming. Esau's sins are gonna come into the remembrance, man. You see, and now that we reading about, that's gonna be his judgment, man. Everything that nigga been doing ever since he came out the fucking caves, you know what I'm saying? This nigga gotta pay for it, man.
That's it. You keep going, bro, unless you got something you want to say.
Nah.
You got a priest? Yeah, if you got a priest.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, and start at verse 7. It says, "Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad." Right? So Babylon been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. So that's something that the Lord really been keeping an eye on. Ultimately, this place, Babylon the Great, America. Right? So the Lord been really watching this place closely, and guess what? As y'all was going into, they just doing what? Building up a case. Right? Making shit worse and worse and worse. He got to build up a case so high to the point where, okay, now I can put the judgment upon you. Because you done did this, that. Right? So much on the earth. All this, because for the worst time to come upon the earth, Jacob's trouble, right? It got to be the worst it's ever been.
Yeah.
Right? And the Lord allowing him to pretty much just continue doing that according to what? Like Romans 9:17, right? For as Pharaoh, same as Pharaoh, he built him up just to basically show his power, roughly paraphrasing.
Right. He had to make a formidable opponent.
Right, nigga jumped off the porch. Now he the kingpin. Nigga the king. Nigga done built this empire up. You know what I'm saying? Now he the fucking kingpin. And the Lord is about to take this nigga out. That's how that Inquisition was made. And when you read the second entrance, man, said the Lord gonna make that Inquisition against these people, man. You see?
Yep. And then it's like it just speak on the latter part of the verse. You know, it says that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, and therefore the nations are mad. Right? So it's getting to the point where these nations are beginning to realize that America is just simply not fit to rule. Right? And they done took it on to his ways, right? Because like we read in Revelation 18, they fornicated with him. Right? So pretty much slept in bed with joined together with him. Just to find out like, damn, this is nothing but bullshit. Right? And then on top of that shit, just words, they're like, nah, fuck that. We're finna do away with the dollar. We're finna do away with trading with y'all. And just cutting ties completely because they're realizing that America just simply not fit to rule. You know, and as time goes on, it continues to get worse. That's all I had to say on that thing. Unless you got a point.
I got a proof.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, Con, this is Slocky. All right, this is Psalms 50. All right, in verse 21, it says, Slocky, I'm gonna start up. Psalms 50 in verse I'll start at 16 to read down. In verse 16, it says, but unto the wicked the Most High said, what hast thou done to declare my statutes, or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my word behind thee, it says, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. You see, and that's exactly what Esau is doing, man. You see, slandering Jake. You see, going about, he done took the covenant by saying he the people. Them Amalekites over there saying that they the people of the Lord. You see, America said that they was established on biblical. The America was established off the Bible, on biblical principles. But look at this. Look at the state of America right now. Totally nothing but looting is being passed, man.
Nasty work.
You see, but it says a little bit more, bro. Verse 20. Slocky, verse 21. This is the point. These things thou hast done, and I have kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, and that's why Esau been thinking oh shit, the Lord with me, I got it. You know what I'm saying? It says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. You see? So now we come with what the brother is reading about in Revelation 18 is Esau's sins catching up to him, man. You see, the Lord sat back and allowed this man to do particular things, to touch the apple of his eye, to go about the earth being a complete devil, to pollute and destroying every goddamn thing, all right, in order to fulfill prophecy, you know?
That's right.
Got back in that Revelation.
Yes, sir.
This is Revelation chapter 18, and okay, now we're still in verse 3. Start from the top. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, have drunk of the wine of the wrath my bad. Start over. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
And when you look up that word abundance, it's going to be dynamis, and it goes into their strength or their ability. You talk about NATO and the EU, they benefit from being partners with America in a plethora of ways. It's really innumerable, man. Because they're in that pact with the whore, they have a lot of mobility or agency throughout the world, man. All those nations that are a part of NATO, they get away with a lot of war crimes. They get away with a lot of extortion of smaller nations, people who are not in the pact. You understand? So again, they're accomplices to the crime. They're complicit in the evil, so they gotta be judged with the whore. You got it, bro. You want to say something?
Continuing on, verse 4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Yeah, man. So this is the physical being taken out of the way. Okay? First, you got to come out of this place mentally, which the elect are doing, but you're going to be physically taken out of the way. Because as we're being taken up, the Lord's going to be coming down with judgment. Get 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, and like verse 16. The Lord descended with a shout. You know, it's around 16. 1 Thessalonians 4.
1 Thessalonians 4. Yeah, that's it. Verse 16. Okay. It says, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout.
All right, this is going in, you get a more vivid depiction of it in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. The Lord coming down and judging all the nations. We're gonna still get the joy of the 3rd chapter too. But the Lord's gonna descend with a shout. And when that judgment is coming down, the elect are gonna be out the way. Okay? The elect of these people here on the sign are gonna be out of the way. If you're a 2/3, Zechariah 13:8, you're one of those people that didn't turn to the Lord, you're not gonna survive what's coming upon the earth. You're not gonna wiggle into the kingdom. You got it, bro.
1 Thessalonians 4:16, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of the Most High, and the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first.
Yeah, so even those who perish, because there's going to be a portion of us that die standing, 10 toes for this, but death ain't final to us, man.
Right.
Go to John 20 and verse 19. No. Yeah. Death ain't final to us. And that was made evident even back when Yahweh Shah rose. That was made evident to the disciples. When he showed them the holes in his hands, and go 19. His point is like 20 through 23, but you can start at 19, I think.
God, this is John chapter 20 and verse 19. It says, then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews.
Yeah, because the disciples were being what? After the resurrection, after the crucifixion of Yahweh Shah, the disciples were being hunted. All right, so they was moving and shaking. Now, in this particular part of the story, the Lord is letting you know that they what? They shut the doors. Why does it tell you they shut the doors? Check this out.
God, continuing on, it says, fear of the Jews came Yahweh Shah and stood in the midst and saith unto them, peace be unto you.
He said shalom to him. Now they ain't had a word for the word teleport back then, but they shut the doors and he appeared in the midst of them. So after he overcame death, he had access to that spiritual, power that he had before. Right. The men that followed after Yahweh Shah are going to be given access to something likewise in our time. In these bodies, going to be given access to something likewise to overcome, the enemy coming after us in our time. Keep going, bro.
God, verse 20 it says, and when he had so said, he showed unto them his hands and his side.
Right, because to show them that it's the same body they got at me in, but it can't do nothing to me. The death can't. Oh, death, where is thy sting? Right. We gotta have that same mentality in the time to come. Keep going, bro.
Continuing on, it says, then were the disciples glad when they saw the Lord.
Man, imagine that you see your partner just get done wrong. To where it was worse than Emmett Till. They couldn't recognize, like, damn. Yeah. And then you see him come back in the same body, like, oh, these niggas can't touch me, I'm good. What kind of confidence is they gonna endow you with? Man, that's a faith booster. Keep going, bro.
Verse 21 says, then Yahweh Shah to them again, peace be unto you, as my Father hath sent me, even so send I you. And when he had said this, he breathed on them and said unto them, receive ye the Holy Spirit.
Now that's the same concept in Genesis 2:7, where the Lord breathed on Adam and he became a living soul. The way was given unto him. Same thing, man. There's a subset of men in this time that have that breath. Keep going, bro. can go back to what you call after this.
God, verse 23, it says, whosoever sins ye remit, they are remitted unto them, and whosoever sins ye retain, they are retained.
Yeah, man, remit to forgive or to judge them for the things that they've done. That's going to be the authority given to the elect. The Lord's going to share in that authority with us. That's a big deal. Okay, now we go back to 1 Thessalonians 4:16. All right, which is being taken out of the way as the judgment is coming down. That's the beginning of that ruling class, really getting their fullness, because they're going to be changed as they taken up. You got it, bro.
Back in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 16 again, it says, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first.
So after they rise and everybody's taken up, that's the last time an Israelite is ever going to die.
Yep.
After that, the elect being taken up and changed, there's no such thing. That concept is going to be a foreign concept to somebody with the laws written within their inward parts. That was it on that, bro. Now we can, unless you see something else on there.
We're just gonna keep going until the,
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead. Might as well.
Verse 17, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds.
That's that Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, that I told you so chapter.
Right.
Because the things that we say, even though we'll read it to people in the scriptures, it just seems so far out to them. Like it talks about in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, it says it's so far beyond that they look for.
Right. Strangeness of their salvation.
Yeah.
Right. Revelation 11 talks about that too. Right after the Lord puts the spirit back in that dead, those dead bodies, they raised back on their feet, and right after that, the deliverance came. It says they heard a voice in heaven saying, "Come up hither," and their enemies beheld them. And then the next verse goes straight to the destruction. There was a great earthquake.
Man, bro, we getting close to the climax of the movie, man.
Right.
Man, you should be excited if you believe in the scriptures. A lot of people say they believe, but if you really believe, this is an exciting time for you.
Because that's when you watch a superhero movie towards the end, that's when the dude get his powers.
Yeah, that's when he turn up. Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So we know, according to the scriptures, that powers is coming.
Yeah.
So why won't you want to still be a part of this? You know what I'm saying? You know that power is coming, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The cost of receiving that power is letting go this connection to this world, that's a great deal.
Right.
Because this place is whack. Like shit. You should be anxious to give up your connection to this world. And anything you perceivingly lose, the scriptures told us, the Lord told us that we're gonna get it back 100-fold anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Man, bro, this is uplifting, man, when you start talking about the deliverance, we start talking about what Yahweh Shai is gonna do.
Right.
Because we've been starved of justice. The whole world's been starved of justice and truth, which was so long, the truth which is so long been with, you know what I'm talking about? I'll find it. You stay where you at.
Okay, come.
I'll find it.
I'm gonna read that verse 17 again.
Come.
1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words.
Ever be with the Lord. Ain't gonna be no more death, man.
Right.
You can't be in the Lord's presence and be in filthy rag. So
Right.
we're gonna be changed when those laws gonna be put in our inward parts. So we're gonna be able to just be ourselves in fullness, but the righteous version, man. You got it. You wanna say something, Bernard?
No, I'm gonna read that last verse. Verse 18. Wherefore comfort one another with these words.
It's a comfort.
Yeah.
You see, every time you see us get together, man, as the lesson goes on, you see brothers start to get excited. You see that the energy start to pick up because, man, this is our whole purpose for being. And this is the good news. The good news is that evil is going to be put out. Read what you got, bro.
God, this is 2nd Esdras chapter 6, starting at verse 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Deceit shall be quenched. The whole world is full of deceit. The food is fucked up. They tell you, oh, this is good for you. It's edible. None of this shit is really edible. It's fucking your body up, but the Lord is allowing us to get to the finish line.
Right.
Okay? The education, the kids is fucking your kids' mind up. It's turned into mush. The kids' shows is fucked up. I try to watch the kids' shows with my kid. I'm like, cut this shit off, man. At least the kids' shows when we was a kid, they all had life lessons in every episode. There's no fucking plot in these shows, man. There's no life lessons. There's no building of character or conduct in the shit that your kids are watching. This shit is horrible. Modes, yeah, them business modes. You know what I mean? Man, bro, we live in a country where the current leader of the country, you know, people know he was sucking another president's cock. And we just keep going like this place is nasty, it's gross,
Right.
okay? They openly told you that they doing shit to kids, and everybody got enough common sense to know that it ain't the only place it was going down.
Right.
But everybody just, you know, going about their fucking day. Read that again.
Yeah, this is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish."
The faith is flourishing now, man. You got a subset of men on earth who are excited to come and tell the people the good news, regardless of whether they hear or forbear.
Yeah.
You got people who are watching everything that's going down because we're hastening the day, right? Faith is flourishing right now.
Right.
You got it, bro.
God, continuing on, it says corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long.
Read that again. The motorcycles, I don't know.
God, 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 28. It says, "As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared."
The truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Right now, the truth is being declared by the Lord's men. You go to Revelation, the 14th chapter, it talks about how they were singing their new song, and that new song had no guile in it, meaning no deceit. That we're heralding in a righteous rulership, a righteous kingdom. We're heralding in a paradise. Whether you people could understand it or see it with the eyes on their face or not, that's what we're doing. Those with the spiritual eye know what we're about.
I got something.
You got it, bro.
Psalms 12 and 6 says the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Going back to the point that you made about Revelation chapter 14 about that elect, man.
Yeah,
You see
no
those
doubt.
particular men that was singing that song. All right, it's pure. All right, it's straight from the throne. It's straight from the heavens, man. You see, it ain't mixed up like you see a lot of these Israelite camps. Man, they fucking doctrine everywhere, man. Horrible. Especially and that's a bad time right now to be amongst leaders who are not who don't have a proper doctrine, man. These niggas' doctrines switch up every fucking week, man. IUIC done broke down the mark of the beast wrong like 50 fucking times, bro. Anybody with common sense, if you go to a fucking job and somebody is saying they're a fucking lead, and you under this person, you go to this person and this person you got to go to do a job to change a fucking toilet, and this nigga can't. This nigga done switched up 5, and you know what I'm saying? They can't tell you how to do it. Nigga done switched up the instructions 5 fucking times. You gonna be like, this nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Man, this nigga don't know how you do it.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody with common sense, but you got to go back to the Lord. The Lord got these people blinded, man.
He got them in that deep sleep. We can tell these people all we want. Hey, look at this. This don't seem suspicious to y'all. But the only way they can see it is if the Lord gave them the eyes to see and the ears to hear.
Right.
When you're trying to really explain the fullness of this gospel to a person that wasn't called, bro, it's like trying to explain to a person a color they never seen. You can sit there and think all day as hard as you want. You can't imagine a new color you never seen. That's how sealed this understanding is to those who weren't meant to get it. Okay? You want to say something, bro?
Yeah, that's why it says in Matthew 13, blessed are your eyes for they see and your ears for they hear. Right?
deal.
Because it's not ultimately given to everybody. As easily as we was able to receive it, it wasn't so it's not easy at all for them to other people to receive it. Like you said, it's kind of like trying to explain a color you've never seen. But for us, it was like just a piece that was missing to the puzzle that made it complete.
Yeah.
Right now, we're excited to tell you pretty much the good news, ultimately to the elect, telling you pretty much a utopia is coming. Right? Because right now, this world, man, this is dystopia, man. Right? Hell, ultimately. Right?
Yeah.
Utopia goes into pretty much a paradise, man. A place where just peace, flourishing. That's what's coming. But first, it comes with the fall of this place, which is going to be a lot of mass destruction. Ultimately by fire, man. Another cleansing nation. Because first it was water, but this time, Lord, doing it by fire.
Yeah. And that's why in every show you ever watch, like dystopian show, they'll have a character within the show that's like a prophet. They'll talk about a prophecy. And they always make that person seem fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Or like a warmonger or somebody who just wants to destroy everything.
Yeah.
Why do you think they do that? We understand that the destruction of this world leads to the utopia, the paradise that the brother was talking about. That's the direction we've been going with the lesson, man. Now, okay, Kai, go ahead.
Mark 4:11. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God, but unto them that are without, all things are done in parables. And going to that word, brother, you can break somebody, you know what I'm saying? Going to that word mystery, it's Strong's G 3466, mysterion. It says hidden things, secret counsels. It says general mystery. Says of God, the secret counsel which governs God in dealing with the righteous, which are hidden from the ungodly and the wicked man, but plain to the godly.
Ooh, the elect, those who are going to be of that righteous government.
Right.
It's plain to see. We can see right from wrong, plain as day. But to everybody else, if you ask them, hey, what's a woman? It's blurry to them. What the fuck are you talking about? We can judge judgment. It's black and white to us. But when you ask the average American or person upon the earth, things get gray. There's gray areas. It's like, well, you know, no. Those who are endowed with the breath can see clearly. You see? That's not a gift that's given everybody. It seems like something else is common sense. But it's really a big deal, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
If I can make a quick point, because what did Yahushua do when he was here? He spoke it to them in parables, and when the disciples came and asked him, like, why you do it? He said, because it was given unto you. Yeah. Right? And whatever questions that the disciples did have, guess what? Yahushua broke it down to him. But he didn't give that same breakdown to everybody else. Right? Shit, go over for today, man. That's the Lord giving us that breath, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding. To understand these things, make it clear, plain to see. Well, for everybody else, they just get even more confused the more they read it.
Yeah. When Yahushua spoke to people plainly and told them, hey, I'm the Son of God. I'm the first spirit ever created. I'm the one that was set up so that you could get back. Yep. What did they chased the man. They was, oh, we gotta stone him right here. Right. But when he spoke in parables, you know, the people that was really believers and that could get it, they got it. Yeah. And the people that it wasn't for, they just sound like words to them. So the Lord knew he had to move with wisdom. He couldn't just outright say everything plainly in front of those niggas. Yeah. You can't just tell niggas all the time. You can't tell a nigga about himself straight up. Because he gonna build some bullshit off the rip. So, you know?
I mean, if you think about it, Yahushua already tried everything. He literally did miracles in front of a majority of believers, and guess what? They just got worse. They sitting there like, oh, you do that in Beelzebub. I'm like, damn, you see someone heal somebody, start walking, be able to see. And the thing you think of, oh, that's a devil. That's the devil. It's like, it really just showed like, Lord, if anybody did the most, it was the Lord. You denying a miracle right in front of you. Bro, what the hell are we gonna do? Right? All we can do is just tell you the word, and if it's for you to get, you're gonna get it. If not, then it's just simply not. We can't break it. We can't break it down no more plainly to you. Right? Yahushua showed how he was the Son of God simply by the way he was moving, and people just could not see that. Or 2/3 couldn't see that. It's like, you got it.
I got to back you up. It's Titus 1:15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled.
Exactly. So to the unbelieving, nothing is pure. Right? So like whatever sense you can break this down to them until you blue in the face. Right. Baby food, man. I mean, brothers do a very good job of doing that. And the fact that they still doesn't get it, it just shows it's something else that's keeping them from getting it.
Wisdom will not dwell in them.
They took a lot of stuff out the Bible.
Right.
Nobody knows. It ain't pure to them, man. We just read how we just read in Psalms how the word of the Lord are pure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The most purest thing on the planet Earth, man. You know?
I want to be y'all's friends.
Oh, no. You're coming up in a disorderly way.
Yeah.
What, you got a question or something?
Kind of, yeah.
What's your question, man? You know your mouth is bleeding? You know your mouth is bleeding?
No.
Okay. What's your question?
I've got chapped lips.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
what's your question?
Where can I go have a fun time tonight?
Oh, just keep going like 5 blocks that way. There's some bars down there you can go drink. There's people. Yep, just straight down Elm Street, man. You be good.
Sorry about that, man.
No problem, man. Have a good one, man.
I wasn't trying to be offensive, bro. I really
No,
wasn't.
no, no.
You
No
good,
problem.
bro? Appreciate you.
Sorry, what was that?
We're talking about the. Read that Titus one more time, bro.
You gonna read that?
Get his ass.
A little bit. All right, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
screw- oh,
About
okay.
Spirit.
Yeah, and then scriptures also go into how a natural man can't receive spiritual things, aka a carnal man. I think that's what in 1st or 2nd Corinthians, around that area, right? How because to natural man, the things that are spiritual are foolishness to them, right? So what we say through the Bible, you gonna get powers. Break it down to them and be like, shit, that shit is, hey, boy, you crazy, boy.
But-
Right, that's how they look at you.
But if Esau tell them, oh, we got this new technology, they
Yeah.
believe that shit.
Right.
Whoa. Yeah, what? Oh, man, you heard about Yeah.
Some fucked up ass, bootleg, great value ass shit.
Yeah.
The nigga, I can make you walk, but the nigga shaking and all that nigga through. Nigga might as well just stay in the fucking chair, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking brain bleeding and shit.
Right. Nigga through, bro.
Yeah, man. It's like somebody punched his ass in the mouth, didn't it?
Yeah, he through. He out of
Somebody
there, bro.
beat his ass.
Probably because he did that shit.
I was
Oh,
being
my girlfriend
sarcastic
did.
when I asked him, you know your mouth is bleeding?
One little chop. One little chop.
Yeah, man, people come up disorderly. The
Yeah,
scripture say
man.
was Ecclesiastes 5:1. They
Yeah.
know that they do evil. But speaking of this thing being pure, I wanted to get Revelation 14 just
Yeah.
because we mentioned it. Revelation 14, like 3.
Yeah, sang a song.
Yeah.
God, this is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 3. It says, and they sung as it were a new song.
We singing that new song. We're telling everybody the 100% truth. Oh, here they go. They said they got the 100% truth, right? The Lord has endowed the elect with the full understanding to make it on the chariots, to cross the finish line. Okay? That's not saying we know every single thing. We don't know what the inside of a chariot looks like. Okay? But we know what the Lord has given us to know to do our job. The same way you tell your woman what you need her to know so she can do her job. And she don't know everything. Okay? Keep going, bro.
God, it says, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
So you mentioned it earlier. There's no way, I don't care how intellectual somebody might be. This isn't a matter of intellectual capacity. This is a matter of the Lord opening the door of your understanding. Okay? So I don't care how smart somebody might think that they are. You can't get the fullness of this unless the Lord allows you to.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep going, bro. You got it.
God, it says, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
And it was some guys, I think it was Milwaukee, they used to teach that, oh, see, the elect gonna be virgins, fucking idiots. They're not teaching no
Shit,
more.
vocab.
Yep, vocab, low level. Okay?
Right.
But this is talking about the other philosophies.
crazy.
Another way. Okay? The same way like in Habakkuk 2, it talks about the wine. It's not talking about literal wine that you drink. It's talking about another way. Okay, same thing.
I got that word, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
So this is that word virgin in Revelations 14 and verse
14 and 4.
All right, it's Strong's G3932. Parthenos. It says a virgin, a marriageable maiden, but when you go down, it says a man who has abstained from all uncleanliness and whoredom, attended on idolatry, and so has kept his chastity.
we haven't given into the philosophies or to the corruption that this devil was pushed on everybody.
Right.
We haven't been defiled with that shit. We stood up against the evildoer. Who shall stand for me against the evildoer? That's those men. Oh, they're the virgins. See? Keep going, bro. Unless you want to say something.
Yeah, ultimately stand 10 toes down for the Lord, man.
Standing on business.
Right? Not no matter what. Even if it brings to death, they serving Yahweh Bashan with shot.
That's it.
Right? Whenever they come in. But that's all I have to say.
Come on. Keep going on.
Oh, yeah,
Read through
yeah,
Verse
right.
5.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 4 from the top. It says, these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
That's it.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
And
The first fruit spirits, that's going to be the governing body in the kingdom of heaven. Those are the men who are, in this time, auditioning for kingship.
Right. Those are the ones that's initiated. Like going back into that word mysterion, man.
Yeah.
That's the
Man.
initiated.
That's beautiful. They say everything just go together. And we're talking about prophecy, might I add. These are all this, because when you go to what's that, Ezekiel 37, you know, these are the men that, you know, they got the skin and the flesh over those bones. We're not in that dead state no more. You don't hear a bunch of these other camps really going into prophecy, especially now. It's just so strange. All these prophecies playing out, and they talking about bullshit. They talking about nation building, debating. Nigga, what about what's going on? That goes to show you they're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy pursuant to Revelation 19:10. Got it, bro.
Ooh, even when you go into this word first fruits, I'm gonna let them say it. Strong's
G 536. Apartheid. Apartheid.
all right, it says to offer firstling of first fruits, to take away the first fruits of the production of the earth, which was offered to God, the first portion of dough from which sacred loaves were to be prepared, hence term used of persons consecrated to God for all time.
Persons consecrated for all time.
Yeah. It says persons superior in excellence to other of the same class. You know what I'm saying? But when you go down to the Strongs, it says the beginning of a sacrifice, i.e., it says the Jewish first fruits or the
You know, we know better.
and that lets you know it's letting you know it's talking about the Israelites. So those first fruits that proves that salvation is only for the Israelites, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Get out here with that
Consecrated
shit.
to God for all time. And those are the cream of the crop of that family.
Yeah.
Those are the first spirits ever created. The spirits chosen before the earth was even made. That's a big deal, man.
Right.
To know that those spirits are on the earth right now,
Right.
that make you treat the man next to you a little different. Knowing he might be one of those spirits. Cause you understand, like, hold up, man, I gotta deal with rightly. I don't want to offend. Yeah, verse 5, I think. Did we read verse 5? No.
No, I'm on it right now. Revelation chapter 14, verse 5, it says, and in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
No deceit. Not that these men were without sin, obviously not.
Right.
But these men's sin will be pardoned. Pursuant with Isaiah 55, their sins are going to be abundantly pardoned because they rehearsed the righteous acts to the best of their ability, and they forwarded the message of the Lord in the earth.
Got something?
Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 32 in verse 2. But Slock, I started 1. Blessed is he whose transgressions is forgiven, whose sins is covered.
Man.
Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile.
Woo. So for a mortal, the only way to get access to immortality is following this path the Lord has laid out.
Right.
And he has to be the one to pardon your sins. If your sins don't get pardoned, you're gonna taste of this second death, man.
Yep.
If you're an Israelite and your sins don't get, you're through.
Man.
You are through.
Yep.
You understand? You got more on that, bro? That was it. Done.
Yeah, that's the only one that the Yahushua blood covers, man. Right? Because everybody, hey, without no shedding of blood, there's no remission of sins. So Yahushua, he shed his blood only for the elect, right? Them are the ones that he was an atonement for. Wherefore everybody else, the 2/3, who transgressors are not going to be pardoned, as I said in here, if I'm not mistaken, right? Y'all going to have to be an atonement for your own sins, because guess what? You thought you was pretty much too good. You didn't want to serve the Lord. You didn't want to take the low, right? Therefore, okay, man, the Lord gonna hold you to the full standard of the law with no mercy, right? And you're gonna get whatever judgment that the Lord sees fit for you when the time comes.
Right.
Yeah, and that also goes for the people that know they're Israelites and aren't acknowledging Yahweh Shai the way that they ought to. You're gonna have to, cleave unto your own righteousness in this time, because the Lord ain't gonna cover you. You ain't acknowledge Him. Okay. Go ahead.
Got back in Revelation chapter 15 and
14.
oh my bad, 14
and I already read verse 5. You want me to
Okay,
go
yeah, we just wanted verse 5.
Right, yeah, just for verse 5.
Okay, so now that we went off on that tangent, going into the the no guile in the speech of the elect. That's gonna punch their ticket to be taken out of the way of the destruction that's getting ready to happen. Okay, you got something?
I was about to say we could have kept going a little bit more.
Keep going there. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. Just
God,
a little more.
Revelation chapter 14 and verse 6. It says, "And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people."
Because these people were
No, go ahead, bro.
because these people were scattered into every nation under heaven. So that's why this word has to go out everywhere. And that's why this thing isn't a matter of complexion as well. A lot of people, they see us, they go, oh, those black supremacists, those BHIs, those guys over talking about black and they got that. It's, all right, this has nothing to do with complexion. It's about the spirit within a man.
Right.
Okay?
Man.
And the spirit is going to bear witness with the spirit of those who are actually Israelites and that are supposed to be a part of this fold. Go ahead, bro.
Right, because you got, I had ran across a clip of Tazariak. He was on some interview.
He on all of them.
Yeah, you know, yeah, straight up. But then he was talking about bi-moral. I guess the dude asked him, you know what I'm saying, about, skin color. And then he brought up Bob Marley and said, oh, we think Bob Marley is a white man. His father was white. Man, bullshit. You see? Man, you don't know what, hey, man, that's a man, they got the spirit of a Jake, bro. That's a Jake. And you can tell, bro. That lets you know these dudes are not spiritual, man. It go past skin color. Here it is, he said it ain't about skin color, but then he gonna turn around and say, come on, bro, like the brother said earlier, man, the spirit bear witness, man. You see? So you have particular people that may look like another nation, but they spirit goes back into an Israelite, man. Look at Blake Griffin's son. Blake, clearly a Jake.
Right.
You know, he clearly Blake Griffin is a Jake. His son, we look at his son like a regular goddamn white boy. And imagine if he get with a Edomite woman and have a child.
Blake Griffin, a Levite. His daddy is a dark-ass Haitian man.
Right.
You know?
Yep. And it only take 2 generations for that to happen. Right? Only 2. So that's not really too long. Ultimately, for you could come from looking just, a so-called black man to pretty much looking like a full-blown Edomite. And not be an Edomite.
Right. Shit, you can have a Moabite.
Yeah,
Ammonite.
yeah. Any nation, really.
Anybody. You know? Brothers got speculating people that, that look like other nations who they fancy, and they say, oh, that brother Israelite. But at the end of the day, it boils down to if their spirit, bears witness with this. You know?
Yeah, you got it, bro.
What you thought of somebody?
Nah, no, I'm just
who you thought about?
They be talking about Eminem, bro.
Yeah, Jake. I was thinking about saying that. Jake, like, oh, Eminem was like, hey, man. Hey, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we gonna see.
Right.
Shit, I like Bruce Lee.
Right.
Bruce Lee had flavor, man.
Right. Bruce Lee wasn't talking about killing his mama, though.
Yeah.
Nigga Eminem talking about killing my mom.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if he was just trying to play into the stereotype of how he looked and
Right,
that
right.
ass. But hell no. Jake,
Yeah.
Eminem ain't got no Dear Mama song. I don't got the chord.
Oh, God.
Yeah, y'all got a chord for that, brother?
No, bro.
Yeah.
I got one. It's in my car.
Yeah, Eminem ain't got no Dear Mama song. Every Jake, there's a rapper, they
Right.
got a Dear Mama song. Jake love their mama.
Right.
Go ahead. Move.
This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 7. It says, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters.
Hey, I don't see no Christians praising the Lord about what's going on.
Right.
Excited.
Yeah.
They're fearful. And it's not the right kind of fear, because there's 2 kinds of fears you can have. You got fear of the world, or fear of man, right? You have that divine fear, the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that puts the gas in your tank to live a righteous life. Okay? They're not in there, they don't have that kind of fear for the Lord. They're not in the spirit of praising and longing for the kingdom of heaven to be established. Do they even know what the kingdom of heaven is? Do they know it's going to be established upon the earth? Most Christians don't. They can't explain what it's going to be. They don't even know. If you mention the throne of David to them, they'll be like, oh, what? Nigga, the throne of David. It's gonna be established again upon the earth. Right. Go ahead, bro.
Not real.
And shit, these Christians, they in the spirit of pretty much praying that America bounce back from this shit.
Right.
Right? That's what like 2/3 of Jake is pretty much praying on. Lord, please get us out of this. Please let gas station go down. Please. That's why the Lord tell us not to pray for these people. Right? Because think about what the hell they praying for.
Right.
Right? Not let alone they not praying to the true power. Right? They praying for this place to continue on. Right? That's why the Lord said, man, don't lift up a cry praying for these people because he ain't even gonna hear it. Lord, like, well, what you say? Oh, okay. He's gonna act like he didn't hear it.
Man, and Jake don't even know what the fuck that they praying for. Cause
Yeah,
these goddamn Edomites are about to put you niggas in slavery like the world never seen before, man. With this fucking technology, man. They about to put your ass, hey man.
Yep.
Bro, this shit is about to, hey, we need the Lord to come, bro. That's how bad it's about to get, man.
Jake in the church in the God Bless America spirit, which is the same entity that harbored a fucking filthy criminal like Epstein. They're praying for the people who are on the Epstein shit. They're praying for that kind of energy, that setup to continue. So why would you pray for, a person in that spirit, man? You know how many times Nana done prayed for America? She gotta go. Nana gotta go, man. Okay, she'll be right on the other side. Jake said Nana gotta go.
Right.
Well, Ezekiel 9 said Nana gotta go. Oh, well, yeah, Nana gonna get her ass up out of there. Now you got Jake that's cool, but I say that just to make the realization to you that really, man, there's nobody innocent.
Yep.
The only people that are gonna be pardoned for their stuff is gonna be the elect man, like the brother read earlier.
Right.
It's gonna be a lot of people that the Lord just get rid of off of. Because deep down in their spirit, they're in agreement with this society.
Right. Yeah, these people already they worship this place, bro. They worship the image of the beast. So therefore, what? They're gonna receive the mark. You see, these people. You think, man, right, bro? Look, just that C to the 1 to the 9, that shock test. That was just a shock test, man. And look how people reacted, showing that people worship. They worship this fucking place. They worship what this devil says, man. Anything this nigga says, bro, they extol it to the clouds, like it says in the book of Sirach. The rich man speak it, or they extol it to the cloud, but when a poor man speak it, they say, who is this? Who is this dude? But it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes that the poor man wisdom can save the city.
Yeah.
But niggas don't want to listen, man. You know?
And that whole 2020 shit, Esau ain't really even do shit to Jake. He just jumped at him. And Jake just flipped. Oh, I'll take it.
Nah, for real.
It really was like, hey, we didn't take it. We was fine. Nothing in my world changed.
Right.
I still went to work. I still did everything. Nothing changed.
Right.
But because they don't fear the Lord and they fear this man, some people ruin their whole lives behind that. Right?
See, because you got a lot of people that took, the jump shot, right? They real quiet now. Yeah, they real quiet now. I remember it used to be a whole song over it. Max that thing. Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Max that thing up.
Right. It used to be a whole song and everything. Everybody, oh shit, get that over the hole.
Ask a person today, hey, did you take the vaccine? They're not gonna say yeah with pride. They're gonna say, oh, I had to keep my job, so
yeah, pretty much.
They're gonna say it with disdain because they know they was wrong. Because they know they were operating on a low vibration.
Right.
Okay, and the people that still think it was okay to take it, they just in fucking la-la land. They don't ask themselves, why did Fauci have to get pardoned? They pardoned that nigga. You ain't heard from him since.
This nigga responsible for millions of deaths.
And you don't know where the fuck he at.
Niggas disabled and shit now, retarded because of this shit. This
All
nigga
kind
just
of
walking.
Niggas got HIV, because that's what HIV, it makes your immune system deficient. Okay, so now everybody got all these immunity deficiencies behind that man.
Fucked up.
Bill Gates, this nigga just openly, for years, been telling your ass, if we do a really good job with vaccination, we can get this number down. And y'all just, nobody bats an eye. And then while the Epstein shit going on, the FDA just approved him to put that shit in food. And you know he the biggest farmland owner in America.
Yeah.
But everybody just Bro, you niggas are through.
Right.
You know when you talk to somebody and you might be having a long conversation with somebody, and in the middle of that conversation, they say some of the most stupidest shit you ever heard, and you realize you just wasted your time. The prophets have long had that realization with people. We know there might be some decent Jake that's cool to be around, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the nitty gritty to choose whether they're going to be with the Lord or whether they're going to be with the society, they're going to choose the society, man, 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Stop expecting exceptional behavior from these regular ass people. They don't have the knowledge and wisdom. So the scriptures, like you mentioned, don't pray for these people.
Yeah.
The Lord already casted them to be extras in the movie. They're not even in the game. So let them do what they do. Okay? We're gonna be worried about those who be like us, like it was told to Ezra.
Right, he caused pressure. This nigga introduced fear and then came with a offer you niggas compromise, and Jake just compromised. The man majority, bro. I ain't wearing no job no more. You know, Jake just, man. Jake, and now this gonna be even worse, man. You see what he's about to do? He's about to squeeze these people to the point to where they're gonna be willing. They're gonna be fighting each other, trying to be in the front of the fucking line to receive the mark, man.
Right.
You know.
Shit, they are already looking forward to it now. I can't wait. I can't wait to pretty much get the MOTB, let alone if it's to the point to where it's affecting your life, your family, your kids, right? And you don't care about it, right? Like you said, Jake gonna be the first one. Hey, me first, right? Trying to get that hoe just to get screwed over later anyway.
Right, nigga.
Right.
Through.
Scripture says, man, he that save his life shall lose it. Man, bro, this is the devil you trusting in, man. Devil going into what? A deceiver, man. Right, a snake, man. Right, you know who's a snake, right? You trusted him, and now you got bit.
You asked me for my battery, bro?
Oh yeah, you know. So with you trusting, man, that's why we're not gonna pity for you, man. Who shall pity a charmer that's bitten by a serpent? That's why we're not gonna pity y'all, bro. Y'all been warned so many damn times. It's like you got it, bro.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 24. It says, "For it becometh not our age," said he. And this is going to I'll keep reading. It says, "In any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now going to a strange religion." It says, and so this is the point, and so that they, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain on my old age and make it abominable. This is going to Eleazar, man. You see, when they was trying to get him to compromise, but he didn't. And he said, "Why I'm gonna compromise is just to live a little longer."
Yeah.
And that's exactly like the brother. I pulled it because you made that point, bro. That's exactly what it's gonna happen. These people are gonna fold and compromise just for a little bit moment, and then be destroyed by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord is gonna do to your ass is gonna be worse than what Esau fucking ass can do.
That's right.
You see? The Lord is you gonna get the full wrath of the Lord poured out without mixture, man. You're gonna get his pure indignation on your ass, man. You see? That's why the scripture, and if you had to, and that's why it's important to read, it's important to take this grace period seriously, because a lot of these Israelites are going, when this shit happen, they don't have a firm foundation, man. You see? All this to eat, and look at the mindset that these Israelite leaders are pushing on them. Look, come on, do a land grab. Esau gonna take that shit, then what? The people putting their hope in carnal shit. You see? And all your carnal shit, according to 2 Ezra chapter 16, is gonna be fucking taken away. Then what you gonna have, man?
Nothing. This is 2 Ezra 7 and 18. It says, "Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for the wide," because we know the kingdom is gonna come. We're still gonna be obedient, right? And that obedience is gonna give us access to a covering during that time.
Right.
Continuing on, "For they that have done wickedly have suffered straight things."
Right. No, it's like, bro. No, make your point. Make your point. Make your point, bro.
For they that have done wickedly have suffered straight things, and yet shall not see the wise. So we're both going to be confronted with the test.
Right.
But one is going to be equipped, and the other won't be.
Yeah. Right. Nah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You took it out of my mind.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
You know, we all the same. We really the same. We got different temperaments. We come from different walks of life, have different personalities, but we all serve the same purpose and are in the same spirit. That's why you can take this brother and put him in the Miami camp, and he'll just flow right in. We plug and play.
Right.
So a lot of times we might we'll say the same thing this brother was about to say, just in a different way.
Right.
You know?
And this nigga is about to he's about to make it to where he's gonna put you in a position to where the devil, just like when you read Matthew 4, how Satan came unto the Lord, you know what I'm saying, and tempted the Lord when the Lord was fasting for those 40 days in the wilderness, man. You see, you don't think Satan's physical counterpart gonna move the same way? It tells you in 2 Thessalonians 2, this nigga is after the working of Satan.
Come after the working of Satan.
Right, he's on the same time and same energy as the spiritual angel Satan. So when Esau is gonna cause a problem, he's gonna get you and he's gonna play on your needs. When people are starving, he's gonna make it to, you know what I'm saying? You hungry? Yeah, your ass hungry, huh? Or you gotta get this. If you can't, you're gonna lose your job. You're gonna play on people on the flesh. Because the flesh is gonna want your ass to like, damn, you know?
Yep.
That's how he gonna do it, man. But how did our Lord combat that shit? He combated it with the word, man.
Can't live by bread alone. That's what the Lord told him.
Right.
Right? The elect. See, the things that people desire, the things that people have made their God, like the brother mentioned. Are you hungry? A lot of people have made food their God.
Hell
Right?
yeah. Yeah.
Because you got it tells you in Revelation 13 that what? He's gonna give life unto that image, and he's gonna cause those who will not worship the image to be put to death.
Yep.
That can be literally you can literally get put to death, or you can be killed by being cut off from society, man.
Yeah.
You see, because the scriptures tell you in the book of Sirach, especially when you get in the GNT, that if you take the food from a poor man, it's like murder.
Yeah.
So he's basically killing you by cutting you off from society.
Yeah.
And didn't he do that shit with this C to the 1 to the 9. Well, if you don't do it, you ain't gonna have no job. We gonna have to let you go. Playing on niggas' emotions, bro.
The scriptures also talk about if you defraud a man of his business or of his work, that is also likened unto
Murder. Yeah.
All right. So like the brother's going into, man. My bad. Like the brother's going into, people gonna be confronted with death, but the elect, they don't have the fear of this man, or fear not him that can destroy the body,
Right.
but fear him that can destroy both soul and body in hell. He's not gonna be able to manipulate us with things of this world. We don't desire the things of this world. We desire the kingdom of heaven to be established. You see, if you want to control a person, you give them what they want, or you take it away. But you can't give the elect the kingdom of heaven, and you can't take that shit away either. So you can't manipulate somebody who's of this fold, the righteous fold of the nation of Israel. So
Right.
the only result is gonna be to come in like a madman, sparing none.
Right. Because the nigga ain't gonna know that
Yeah.
scripture you quoted about man should not live off bread alone.
Yeah.
Because nigga ain't gonna know that. They gonna be like, Esau got it. Esau,
Yeah.
well, he got the food.
Yeah, well,
what
shit.
we gonna do? Your kids crying. He got the food.
Think about Jake ain't ate him in 3-4 days.
Man.
Shit, a day. You put Jake through the day and told me he'll bug out. Think about Jake ain't ate 3-4 days. And Esau like, hey man, I got the McRib for you. You just gotta take this chip.
Right.
You see how Jake on that, what's that show, First 48?
Yeah.
Jake can sell his whole
Life. Yeah,
Life.
nigga start telling.
Right,
We
right.
gotta bring that nigga a big chicken, he
Right.
good. That nigga-
Shit, fuck it. Started
With a
telling.
Dr. Pepper. Get that nigga-
Dr. Pepper. Now, how much
Dr.
more so,
Pepper,
Jake,
dog.
when they life really on the line?
Right.
What they gonna do then?
That shit crazy.
These
Yeah,
niggas do,
that's
man.
wild, bro.
For real. Oh my goodness.
Yep. Shit, they ain't gonna have that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my
Go ahead, go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? Which is something only the elect gonna have, man. The Lord is gonna give the elect the strength to go through whatever test that the Lord has set for them.
Right.
Well, for everybody else, it's the exact opposite. The Lord's not gonna be with them. He ain't gonna give them the strength. Right? It'd be an elect, man. Remember, they could go, shit, Lord put it to where, man, you able to go shit a week without eating, but you mess around, be good. We don't know what the Lord's gonna do, man. It's far beyond, man.
Bro.
But for a nigga, nah, he's not finna do that shit for no nigga. Like you said, the first day, hell, a lot of people gonna die within the first day of not eating. You can think of people with diabetes, sugar too low, can't fucking function.
Right. You don't know what herbs to take. You're through.
Yeah.
Dandelions all outside. Nigga died, man. But Esau set it up that way because this is how he traps the people. When you read Revelation 13, it talks about that beast. When you go into that word beast, it's Therion, but when you go into the root, it goes into basically a system that's prepared for the destruction of men. And that's exactly what Esau set up. He set up a system for the destruction of men. You see, to where this nigga is heaping up to himself every goddamn thing. That way people think, you know what I'm saying, they got to go to him.
Yeah.
They got to go to him. Look, I did a video today of this chick. Matter of fact, the elder from Mississippi and the Apostle Rumlive touched on it. This lady, Catherine Fitz, and she was going in talking about how the Rothschilds, they want to set up this digital currency, man. You know what I'm saying? And she was on a podcast. She was giving an example. She was telling the dude, like, look, this is an example. Hey, such and such, this is the government. We know that you have 3 children. We want one of your children to be trans, but you get to pick which one. You got to pick which one. If you don't, if you refuse, then we're gonna cut off your money. You see, this is a system that this is what's getting ready to take place, man. And people really think this shit is a conspiracy theory, man.
That's
it
how
ain't
you
true.
move. You think they ain't coming to Wayne Wade with some shit like that?
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
Right.
He from Chicago. What happened to make him want to be okay with that with his kids?
Right, nigga on the podcast say, man, well, when I was little, I used to wear high heels. Nigga, get the
no,
fuck
you
out of
didn't,
here.
nigga.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Stop.
Right. Nigga through, man. That's niggas that's compromised, man. And all these fucking celebrities, man, them niggas was on Epstein Island, man. Every last one of these niggas. Michael B. Jordan, this nigga just won a goddamn Oscar.
Yeah.
He just won a fucking Oscar not too long ago. Jake, that's all Jake is talking about. And you see on the video, Ryan Coogler threw up the goddamn Baphomet. He nigga threw the Baphomet. I don't even want to do that shit.
Yeah.
Nigga threw up the Baphomet, man. Right on stage, showing you that all these niggas is down with this shit, man. All them niggas was baby chrome drinkers, man. And moles, man. Esters. They're a bunch of esters, man.
Yeah, and y'all sell out their shows. Y'all sell out their shows. And a lot of y'all know that these people on this, it ain't no secret.
Right.
But y'all still go, y'all still fan out, right? Which shows that what? You're complicit in the evil as well. So when the Lord comes back, judgment upon your head as well. You see?
Yeah.
These people through, man. And they gonna get exactly what they deserve. See? We all deserve judgment. But there are those who have acknowledged their offenses and are seeking the Lord in fear and trembling. That's not what these people doing. They still in that prideful spirit.
Yeah.
And pride comes before what? A great fall. A great destruction. You know?
Shit.
Same thing.
Yep, shit. I mean, Yahweh Shah already said it, man. He came for the sick, right? He didn't come for the ones that are whole. The majority of people, they think they good ultimately. They don't really think they need Yahweh Bashem Shah. That's why, they moving the way to move. But the elect, as you made mention, man, they're gonna be right.
Ariak don't think he need Yahweh Shah.
Yep. But this majority of these people, man, they don't think they need the Lord, man. They think, shit, I can get my money, Hebrew and the Hellcat. Shit, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Pegasus needed Yahweh Shah, bro.
Shit.
he needed Yahweh Shah when he was shopping for that peg kit on Amazon. He needed a Yahweh Shah in that moment. He didn't have him.
Demons on that nigga.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Lord gave him over to that shit.
Damn.
Because he ultimately didn't want to repent. He fulfilled that Sirach 1 and 30, man. He exposed him in front of everybody.
Bro.
Now nobody take him serious no more.
Bro, sorry.
No, go ahead and make it, bro.
You remember, like a couple weeks before that, Apostle Har was talking about, get in the kitchen, bitch.
Yeah.
That shit turned out to be true. That shit was true.
Damn,
But
bro.
God damn, he made a joke about,
Yeah.
damn.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn, boy.
Horrible.
Hoover Krill.
Right.
That shit through now, bro. No, lost it. He got the fame. He got the fame, just not the way he wanted it, man.
Like Kevin said, just to say, I'll make you famous. And that nigga famous. He's a cautionary tale of what not to be in Israel now.
Yep. Lord expose your ass when you get out of line, man, because that's what happened. Right? Because we ain't gonna act like we perfect. Shit, we hope the Lord have mercy on us, but we actually coming at it with a humble mind and everything. Praying that the Lord show mercy on us. Praying that to change us ultimately. Right? But the 2/3, man, they just sitting there just like, hey, I don't give a damn. Yeah. They're like, shit, I don't give a damn.
Right.
I'm gonna just do me. Shit, I'm good. Until shit go left.
Just like that, the dog just walked by with these jakes, man. That tail was like a Pikachu tail. You know what I mean? You can tell by a dog tail what kind of state of mind or spirit they in. That dog tail was like a rock. Bro, everybody, niggas gotta go. Esau gotta go.
that dog
Everybody
fucked
gotta
up.
go. Yeah. You see the spirit that was on that dog? It was a pretty little pit bull dog.